But pretty close to it. We can call
Yep.
the council to order, and we'll ask Councillor Dallas Funk to read the
Thank you.
reconciliation.
In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge our meeting place. The City of Flin Flon Council Chambers is situated on ancestral lands of the Treaty 5 territory. We would like to acknowledge that we also work in partnership with First Nations in Treaty 6 and 10 territories and the Métis First Nation.
Thank you. We'll have a reading and confirming of minutes. Councillor Eagle?
Yes, thank you. Be it resolved, this is resolution 34-16. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held September 17th, 2024 be adopted as received.
Seconder, Councillor Slip, all in favor? That's done. Before we move on, I would like to, on behalf of the rest of council, offer our condolences to both the Eagle family and the Dallas family for recent deaths in the families. It's been kind of a tough month for everybody around here, and we're all thinking of you, and with any way that we can help you, let us know, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will continue then with Councillor Eagle.
Yes, this is resolutions for check schedule, resolution 34-17. Be it resolved that the accounts in the amount of $1,490,996.17 be approved for payment.
Seconder, Councillor Hanson. All in favor? Good.
Mayor, quick,
Yes.
I don't know if, just to introduce,
We should start, yes, maybe this now would be the time.
yeah, sorry,
No, we could.
go ahead.
For anybody who's here, and this is the first meeting, I forgot, that is, it's your first meeting, isn't it? So our new CAO, Sandy Stokes, is here. She probably won't have too much to say off at the beginning because she's just in the middle of reading everything that our city has and pointing out some deficiencies to us already. Anyway, and some changes that need to be made, but she's here from British Columbia, and we're pleased to have her. It's going to be a learning curve for her. It's going to be a learning curve for us. But we think we've made the right choice, and we're looking forward to it. Amen. Now where was I? Did you want to say anything, by the way?
No. She's not used to us yet.
It's coming.
So, Council Eagle?
Oh, she's done.
3.2.
Okay, so we're on. Okay, Councillor Hanson, I believe.
Yeah. Resolution 34-18. Be it resolved that the current board members of the Flin Flon Station Museum stand for continuation on the board. Excuse me.
Seconder? Councillor Dallas Funk, all in favor? And there we are. Councillor Hanson again, I think?
Yeah. Resolution 34-19, the Northern Jury Dart Show. Be resolved that the City of Flin Flon provide the community hall rental fees in kind for the Northern Jury Dart Show from April 8th to April 13th, 2025.
All right, that's a big deal again. Second, Councillor Slip, all in favor? That's passed. Councillor Lidman.
I have two resolutions, Your Worship. First up, 34-20. Be it resolved that the City of Flin Flon approve the grant application in the amount of $2,500 to the Flin Flon Arts Council for Culture Days Flin Flon 2024.
Okay, second.
Second.
Councillor Eagle, all in favor? And that's done. And Councillor Lidwood again.
Yes, Resolution 34-21. Be it resolved that the agreement between the City of Flin Flon and the Government of Manitoba, represented by the Minister of Consumer Protection and Government Services for under the Canada Community Building Fund, be ratified and approved for signature by the proper officers of the City of Flin Flon.
Okay, seconder, Councillor Hanson, all in favor? Good. And before we move into an adjournment, actually, I think it's with respect to Culture Days, it's good to mention here how fortunate we were to have the Lieutenant Governor of the province of Manitoba here last week and being toured around by our people and shown, our special cultural advantage that we have in this community. And we trade heavily on our cultural advantage. We use it as part of our tourism. We're using it as a real glue that's holding us together with all the communities around us. So it's a big deal to us. And then to be able to show it to the Lieutenant Governor, who was, as I'm told, suitably impressed by what she saw in a small community like this, was a really great opportunity for us to be able to showcase our community to somebody who came up here thinking that somebody had told her, well, it's just lakes and trees. And when she came home, she said, no, I'm told she made a moving speech. We had to be out to Thompson for some meetings in Thompson, Councillor Slip and I, so we didn't get to hear it, but I'm told that it was an emotional speech in that she was really pleased to have been brought up here and to have been shown what life can be like in a northern community. But with that, I'll move to adjournment. Okay. And then I'll open it to questions. Go ahead.
Okay, I just got a few here. This thing you read here, Bill, about this Flin Flon Station Museum continuation on the board, is it that simple? They just let their name stand? There's no like elections or anything like that?
Well, yeah, they just let their name stand again. I don't think there's too many people clamoring at the door to.
So it's just kind of a formality?
It's just a formality.
Okay.
It's part of the bylaw that was put into place for the Flin Flon Station Museum. And the bylaw states that council has to, by at least the second meeting of November, approve the next board, and board members can stand again if they wish.
Okay.
And they are. And
So what happens if they need a board member? How much time do they do?
Well,
They will advertise, they will talk amongst themselves, and they're fully complete right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. This grant application here for Culture Days, anything specific that they use that for? Is it just general, or any idea what that actually goes for?
My understanding, it wasn't specific.
It's general.
It's general, but a lot of in their application, they had listed a number of their expenses. So some of it might be, for example, at the Rotary Wheel, they had Elder Margaret come in with Loretta and Granny Willow and make dream catchers with the kids. So supplies like that, and rental of space in other locations, food, bringing people up to travel, and honorariums.
Probably lots of different things.
Yeah, the list was pretty extensive.
Yeah, it sure was.
I think the total amount was 16 or 17,000, but obviously, like Crystal from the Arts Council would be able to,
Right.
Crystal Woodward would be able to
Okay.
tell you that. Rob?
Fair enough. And one last question, Steve. This resolution, can you be a little bit more specific as to what this is?
The municipal agreement?
Yeah, like the last one you read there.
Yeah, it's essentially kind of like the gas tax in Saskatchewan, but for Manitoba. So the Manitoba government makes an agreement with us, and then we just have to spend it basically on infrastructure and improvements to the city. So it's just an agreement saying that we're going to follow their rules and regulations and spend appropriately.
It's like a gas tax, is that what it's called?
Well, that's what they call it in Saskatchewan.
What's it called in Manitoba?
Well, it's called the Municipal Agreement under the Canada Community Building Fund. That's what it's called. So,
But it's the gas tax money.
It comes from the same place.
Yeah.
I just wonder how I can word that in a report.
it was the gas tax before, like years ago.
I'll say equivalent to the gas tax in Saskatchewan.
Yes.
There.
Okay, that's all I can,
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah, same source, same destination, basically, right? And this is, if I remember correctly, there was a measure a few meetings back that approved you guys receiving money through the program from Saskatchewan. So would this just be the same for Manitoba?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Only bigger.
just, well, I would hope. So we got like 200 people in Sask, and like, you know, the same money for Manitoba, I think there'd be a problem. First of all, before I go into anything that's on the agenda here, I would like to ask council about something else that we found out about the RCMP detachment situation. I know last spring, or last fall rather, Flin Flon, Snow Lake, and Cranberry Portage had to start sharing officers needing from Winnipeg. We found out recently that Snow Lake will now have their own officers again, but Flin Flon and Cranberry will continue to split. I know that there were a lot of opinions and a lot of thoughts and ideas that went around when that was first announced. Now that this has changed and Flin Flon and Cranberry are still combined, I'm wondering what anybody's thoughts are on that matter.
Has anybody here heard about that?
No,
Because
That's
Front
why-
page of tomorrow's paper, guys.
no.
I did get confirmation from Manitoba RCMP about that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
We've been trying, or the police have been trying to meet with us, and us with them, like, things come up and we haven't had a chance. So that's why we haven't heard about this
Yeah.
Officially, nothing.
officially.
We're getting together with the RCMP hopefully next week, so.
Okay. Would that, I don't know, since this is a decision made from Winnipeg, I don't know, like, what would the local detachment be able to offer you in terms of information about that? Just like basic manpower?
Well, they'd have the information. that they're getting from Winnipeg.
And you will know the basic manpower. If you're asking for my opinion was made clear years ago when we were sharing officers with other communities, because we always found that the officers were in the wrong community at exactly the right time. You know, so it was difficult. There was always a waiting game to have the police around. So I prefer to have our own here. We don't run the entire show. We don't get to choose it, because if we did, we wouldn't do it this way.
That's fair, that's fair. Also wanting to ask about the Station Museum board, because I did notice that the letter was in here, and noticed that on this letter, they requested to have a meeting with mayor and council. They are kind of flexible with dates. They mentioned maybe January. It might be looking a little bit too far ahead for council right now, but is there a date set to meet with the board on this?
No, not yet, and I'm the council liaison with the museum board. What we talked about was probably somewhere second or third week in January.
Okay.
And just to get together, which we do once or twice a year, toss things around, talk about what's changed, what they might like to see changed. Just liaise with them and be all together.
Is Katie bringing cake this time?
Well, I think she will, and I can ask her. It was pretty good cake.
It was
last
good
time.
cake.
We can provide the coffee. So that's just to get together again and touch base before another season gets really underway.
Said everyday small town hospitality. Do you want to meet? I'll bring cake.
It
Also,
was offered last time and it was very good, and so Katie Anderson bakes some very good cake.
she's a damn good baker, I can understand that. Also wanted to note too, because a little while back, the city and the Flin Flon Heritage Project kind of combined forces on the City Archive Board. Since the purview for the Archive Board and the Station Museum seems like it wouldn't be a clean overlap, but there are some things that would possibly be like in each other's wheelhouse. Do they work together? Like, is there any sort of cooperation between the two?
Yes, Katie Anderson's actually on both those boards.
Ah,
So there is good communication between them.
okay. Okay, also wanted to ask about the measure about the funding, or rather the rental fees in kind for the art show. Is this a confirmation that the art show is going to be happening there, or is this like sort of an application package, like, hey, if you come here, we'll cover these fees?
No, I think it's planned for him.
It's a rotational basis,
Yeah, it goes
It goes-
Thompson and Paul.
Yeah, it was in Thompson last year.
Yeah, it's here this year. The application, those are the dates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they need like 3 dates, I think, to set. 3 of the days are to set up and maybe 1 to take down, and, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And also wanting to ask about the big news that came out of the last meeting, which is the new infill property rate suggestion, the $1 buy. Just wondering, what sort of interest has the city received since that announcement was made? Have there been suitors? Have there been talks? Like, what are we looking at?
What I was told the last time I spoke to Lynn Brown was that they'd had at least 3 people calling with respect to that, with some looking at potential joining of lots so that they could build a bigger home. Some were looking at, could they, how small a home they could get. So there had both sides of it. And to add to that, when we mentioned, we were at the city caucus in Thompson, when we went and we talk about a lot of issues when you're there, but in the end, each city has a quick recap of what's going on. We mentioned that we were going to do this business with the $1 lots, and that we were approached immediately by a gentleman in Thompson who was interested in picking up a lot because he wanted to move further east in the province. Further west, in the province, and to get closer to Saskatchewan. And so he was very interested in it and was going to be coming to talk to us. So I think we're going to see some, it's not an overnight thing, but I think we're going to see some serious interest.
Fair enough. I was about to call you on that directional thing. It's like, further east? How do you move much further east?
No.
Casually moving to Gillum, buying up all the lots.
You're right,
No, that's all good. Also wanted to touch base, since the temperatures are dropping and we are unfortunately getting into that dreaded winter season, we're nearing that. If anybody could provide a little info on the pool project and where that's sitting construction-wise, and whether we're going to be hitting all the benchmarks that need to be hit before the snow falls.
I would definitely call Mike on that.
Then I'll
Kate
call
is
Mike.
away this week, so you definitely speak to Michael about that.
Then I will call Mike.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think that's it for me.
Okay, I'll answer you. I went looking the other day and I saw a lot of changes with respect to the pool from the last time I went, so there's some motion going
They're
on.
hustling.
I think we got the A-team on that.
What's that?
I said, we got the A-team on that one, because I watched them build the sewage treatment plant, or the water treatment
Yeah.
plant